YouTube, what's going on, YouTube? What is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, you got one more time, DEDRICKHICKSJR, and I'm back with another fragrance video. All right, Smell Good family, we are back with a part two. All right, a part two, a video I did a couple of months ago, but I've gotten comments. Somebody even DM'd me on Instagram, hey, do you have more designer niche recommendations? So I said, okay, I didn't know I would be revisiting this video, but when you guys talk to me, then you know I usually try to come through with the content. So in fact I do. I have 7 more designer niche fragrances, and what that means is, once again, you have designer houses that have created some profiles that are on the niche level. In my opinion, this might not be universally known as this or that, but I'm not concerned with that. This is just my opinion and what my experience has been with these fragrances. All right, so niche houses are a very specific style of a fragrance where they're all in on fragrances. They're all in on the cosmetics, right? And of course, designers branch out to clothing and luggage and a whole bunch of different things like that. So, but every once in a while, lately at least, you do have some designer houses that take some chances on some things, man. Create some profiles and get them out here into the world that are a little risky or might not hit that well. And I appreciate them the most. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. You can find most of these, if not all, on discounters for a decent price as well. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Up first, Smell Good family, from that, well, first off, did I ask y'all how y'all was doing? I did not. Hopefully y'all are doing well and doing great and doing fantastic. Y'all know what it is, man. Positive energy and positive vibes right here on this channel. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Up first, from the house of Givenchy, we have Givenchy Gentleman EDT 2017. Now, somebody out there might say, what? What? Listen, to my nose and to my experience, I have not experienced another designer profile like this one. I have not. Pineapple, pear, iris, just to name a few. A slight fresh spiciness to this as well. I can't recall another designer house having anything similar to this. Now, the Givenchy Gentleman line is heavily based on iris, and one of the things I love about them the most is they have the makeup-y iris, the fresh iris, the different styles of irises throughout the earthy iris throughout their entire line with this Gentleman line. But this one right here, with the blend of that pineapple, the blend of that pear, the iris, which is a fresh iris in this one, and then kind of like that fresh spicy touch. This stuff is awesome, man. You could definitely get this for a great price. One of my favorites, as you can see, the dent in this is not a lie. All right, I'm trying to show y'all. Yeah, the dent in this is not a lie at all. So, big fan. Does it want to? I guess it doesn't want to show love. Come on, you want to show love? There we go. All right. So this is definitely a designer niche fragrance profile, in my opinion. And every time I wear it, man, I only get the experience that this provides only with this fragrance. That's it. All right. So from the house of Givenchy, Givenchy Gentleman line, we have Givenchy Gentleman EDT 2017. Love the styles of bottles as well. All right, up next, all right, a brand new one from the house of Tumi. All right, we have 19 Degree. Probably the dopest bottle in the entire fragrance community right now. So Tumi is a luxury luggage line, and they have taken their hand at fragrances and done a pretty good job for sure. But this one was sent over to me from my friends at the house at Soul Avant Garde. All right, so man, it's very different. All right, you get notes like black raspberry, black musk, and you get birch water. You get different notes that you just don't see in the designer realm of things when it comes to fragrance. So it definitely puts off a unique scent profile and an experience. And at first, I was just trying to wrap my head around this DNA, and that automatically got me to, man, this is having like some sort of a niche complex, a niche vibe over me, and it still is. All right, so this one is very much so different. And I would suggest sample this before you blind buy, unless you're just willing to take that risk. But you can use my code DEDRICK20 over at So Avant-Garde. Information is down in the description. Save you some money, man, and look into Tumi's 19 degree, but definitely a designer niche situation that we have here. Very different, very unique, all right? From the house of Tumi, once again, we have 19 degree, okay? All right, up next, I've been talking about this fragrance quite a bit over the past couple of weeks, man. This definitely qualifies as designer niche for sure. From the house of Philip Plein, all right, we have No Limits. No Limits by Philip Plein. Chocolate, vanilla, patchouli, a ginger spice, some oud, some leather, super duper complex, not your everyday scent profile. This is what I call a masculine gourmand. That's what I like to call this fragrance because of all the different elements going on. But what it does is, in the long run, is it creates this very interesting, unique, and complex scent profile, all right? And that is what niche fragrances do, all right? But Philip Plein and his team, they did a great job of rolling out something so much different from the bottle style to the fragrance. So I definitely, for all my gentlemen out there who are into a more masculine style and you're not really into the overly sweet fragrances, listen, man, check this one out. If you want a touch of sweetness, but you still want that leather and that oud and those spices, if you still want that as well, look into Philip Plein's No Limits. This is definitely designer niche for sure. All right, good stuff here. Philip Plein's, once again, Philip Plein's No Limits. Look at that bottle. It's so crazy. All right, up next, from the house of Guerlain, once again, we have L'Homme Ideal, the Extreme. L'Homme Ideal Extreme. All right, so the other fragrances in this line are really focused on, most of them focus on cherry. You get this cherry representation in those fragrances, but this one here has the note of plum. So you got your plum and your leather and your touch of sweetness and spices in this fragrance as well. Now, in my opinion, to my nose, I get a little bit of cherry and I get a little bit of plum kabooming in this bottle. That's what I get. Very hard to find. The bottle styles keep changing every month, but I know it's available out there, and I know for a fact that soon, as we approach the holidays, it's going to show its face again. So this definitely has that niche effect, and some people consider Guerlain a niche house, but by term or by definition, they're technically not a niche house because they don't just focus on cosmetics. All right, so yeah, so this one right here is definitely on that level. The juice in here has gotten darker since I've gotten it, but when I wear it, it definitely wears as a niche fragrance. Unique, different. Everyone is just not experiencing this style of a fragrance, and it's really, really good. From the house of Guerlain, once again, we have L'Homme Ideal, the Extreme. The Extreme. Very good stuff here, man. All right. Up next, from the house of Terre d'Hermès, I say this every time I talk about this fragrance, this is not for the weak at heart. I repeat, this is not for the weak at heart. We have Terre d'Hermès Eau Intense Vetiver. My goodness, man. Strong vetiver presence. Bitter orange, vetiver, animalistic nature. Oh yeah. And it's making me talk like that when I smell it, man. Very bold, in your face, unmistakably. No mistakes being made with how masculine that this fragrance is, for sure. And I personally love it, all right? I wear this a lot to the office, man, especially as we start to cool down a bit. I wear it in the summer from time to time if I'm not wearing the EDT or Eau Givrée. But this is one, as we get a little cooler out, I start to pull this out because it is going to battle the cool air with its strength. And the scent profile is definitely, there's nothing else out there that smells like this, in my opinion, unless we're getting some relatability from the Terre d'Hermès line, all right, for sure. But this stuff is awesome. It is unique. It is definitely different, and it is not for everybody. just like a lot of niche fragrances that they're not for everybody. All right, this stuff is awesome in my opinion though. Niche designer, niche quality for sure. From the house of Terre d'Hermes, we have Eau Intense Vetiver. Again, this is not for the weak. This is not for the weak. All right, let's change it up a bit, change the pace. Now, this is a more of a mass appealing fragrance these days. It's being cloned left and right more and more. As time goes by, you definitely start to see more clones of this specific fragrance. But this stuff is awesome, man, and I consider it designer niche for sure, especially when it first came out from the house of Tom Ford. We have Noir Extreme. Noir Extreme. Man, bottle's classy, love everything about it. But this, sweet, spicy, has some creaminess to it, some nice depth, and that coffee note, which is this Indian ice cream dessert, I believe. There's pistachio in here as well. That definitely gives it a nutty feel. And it's so good. Now, I believe on part 1 of this Now series, I talked about the Parfum. But if I'm gonna talk about the Parfum, I gotta talk about what was before the Parfum, and that is the Noir Extreme. Very unique scent profile, mass appealing more days today than when it first was released. This one gets a lot of love in the community, and rightfully so. This stuff is awesome. Now you can go and, you know, go into your everyday staple sweet fragrances that have your vanillas and stuff like that. I mean, we can go on and on. You can do your you know, your Versace Eroises. You can do anything, your 1 millions. You can do your Invictuses, anything that has that overabundance of sweetness in it. This one right here is not at all like that. So that's why I'm going with the designer niche tag for this one, even though Tom Ford crushes their own scent profiles with a very unique touch the majority of the time. Just because this one has reached, in my opinion, a mass appealing status does not take away its uniqueness and its originalness to a Fragcom. So this for sure is on my list on that designer niche level. From the house of Tom Ford, we have Noir Extreme. Great stuff and a classic. Don't believe this will ever go anywhere. Excellent stuff. I have 2 bottles of this. All right. And last but not least, man, this is definitely up there with probably the most unique from a designer that I have ever smelled, and I have gained a lot of love and admiration for this fragrance over the past few months. From the house of Lalique, we have Linsumi. I believe that's how we're going to pronounce that. Could be butchering it, but I believe it's Linsumi. So all my fougere lovers out there, here you go. Beautiful fougere of a fragrance, man. Kind of got that slightly barbershop feel to it as well. You get some there's a booziness to it, like a rumness to it. There's an herbal, not earthy, herbal feel to it as well. You get some tonka bean in here as well. Just a lot of throwback fougere facets in this one, mixed in with the modernized take as well. Henceforth, that basil mixed in with that tonka and just that rummy accord in here. I do get this, and shout out Justin Copley, because as soon as he said it, I was able to grasp it right away. Kind of sugary crushed decor around that rummy style of a drink, and then everything else that makes up a fougere. This stuff is awesome. It's probably the cheapest on this table. Definitely niche designer vibes for sure. This is not going to be for everybody, just like fougeres are not for everybody. But if you are a fan of the genre of fougeres, look into this. I cannot stress it at all. You can wear this springtime, fall time. I really don't wear it. I wear like in the summer evening and during the day during the winter time. You can pretty much wear this whenever you want. But in the spring and the fall, man, this stuff really shines. Niche designer for sure. From the house of Lalique, we have Leminsune. Leminsune. Dope bottle as well. All right, man. So that is part 2 of 7 fragrances that give off a niche feel from designer houses. All right, so hopefully you guys can, you know, add to the conversation down in the comments. What are some fragrances, once again, from the designer world that you get niche vibes from, for sure. So that's a total of 14 for me out of my collection, all from the designer world. They give niche vibes and a niche feel for sure. All right, so that's gonna be it for today's video. All right, so until next time, y'all, y'all know what to do. Splag up, splag it down, splag it that thing all around. And remember, what you put onto this world is exactly what you are going to get back. The 9K giveaway is still up. It is still up. It is still running. A few days left to enter that giveaway. The video will pop up in the cards over here. Watch the video, follow the instructions, and enter a chance to win the prize for 9,000 subscribers. On the road to 10K, which is crazy still to me. I actually hear me say it. It's nuts. Splacker.